to all of my students in today's mentoring session. Today is 8th of October, 9:32 p.m. And as usual, first I'll be starting with the weekly sectoral analysis. And as we decided before, today's session is going to be specially for futures trading. All right. So as usual, I'll be starting with Nifty spot, and with the top-down approach, we'll first look at the monthly time frame. In the monthly time frame, we can clearly see that the trend is up and it is strong as well, but we can see Nifty monthly chart RSI is almost at 81 levels, 80.63, which is almost 81. So it is a very clear thing that yes, market is overbought. And if you see, last time this sort of overbought market had happened in 2014. Before that, it did not. All right, in terms of RSI reading. And yes, it is a little bit overstretched also because it has been a one-way rally. Generally, rallies do have small corrections or consolidation in between. But in this time, since the bottom of 2020, we didn't see any large correction. In the weekly time frame now, something is interesting. Now we need to pay some sort of attention over here. Last week, we saw that the prices were able to close above this Fibonacci extension. Then we had a profit booking week. Once again, we have a green candle this time, not a very big one, but still it's not that it's not convincing at all. It's a decent candle. But now what has happened with this candle is that we do have a lower high in RSI and we have a higher high in price, and this time it is in weekly charts basically. All right. So this is not a sign of a top or something, but it is surely showing us that the momentum is getting weaker. The momentum is waning in the weekly charts. Now, once again, if I show you this price over here, if you can see, the recent high is higher than the previous one in terms of closing basis. And again, RSI has made a lower high. So in the weekly and in the daily, on both the time frames, we have a lower high, higher high in comparison of price and RSI. So basically, this is a sign that momentum is waning, momentum is getting weaker and weaker day by day in Nifty. And if I plot a Fibonacci extension in the weekly time frame, probably, if I take this swing, all right, we have already seen by taking this swing just a while ago, there is no resistance as of now. Even with this swing, we don't have any resistance. So as of now, there is no sign of worry, but yes, we should understand that some sort of consolidation with the trend being up is going to continue. You can see the rally from this particular point, from this bottom to this point, it has been one way. And then if you can see properly, market dipped, then it went up, then it dipped a little, then it went up. So some sort of consolidation sideways move is possible in Nifty. So you don't need to forget that. And when this sort of trend is evident in the market, it is not a time to go and just buy all the breakouts. Be very, very careful when you're picking your stocks. I'm not saying do not trade or this is a top or something, but you should be very, very careful when you're picking your trades. Banking. Now, if you see monthly time frame of Bank Nifty, looks pretty good. I don't see any sort of problems over here. In the weekly chart though, if you see properly, if you see the Nifty chart, then it is one-way trend. And if you see the Bank Nifty, this is different. The slant, the slope is different. It is going this way. The Nifty was going not vertical, but still it was still steeper basically. The slope was steeper. So you can see a up move, then a down move, then an up move, then a down move. So momentum is lacking over here. Some sort of momentum, if it was there, then we could have made very good amount of money in Bank Nifty. But nevertheless, if you're trading in banking stocks, be very, very careful when you're initiating swing trades, especially. As soon as you start making money, decide your targets. Where are your targets exactly, and try to book at least 50%, because what is happening in many of the stocks, if you see HDFC Bank or any stock, I'll just open one stock over here. They are going up in a very different way. It goes up, it comes down, it goes up, it comes down. So it's not a vertical rally, by the way. So you need to be careful about that. But Apart from that, I don't see any problem in banking. Overall trend remains up, biasness remains on the upside. Private banks, again, if you see properly, bank Nifty and Nifty private bank, both of them look very, very similar. Overall, private banks are looking bullish to me, but there is one thing, one differentiation. Last time, if you remember, I had told my pick of the banks would be IndusInd Bank, and we saw a decent up move, 4-5% up move in this particular stock. And this was a very good rally for a swing trader, basically. This time, my pick of the banks would be Axis Bank, but it needs to close and sustain above 801. If we have a close above this, you can see I've already posted an alert over here. So if we have closed above this particular level, then we'll be able to see a decent up move in Axis Bank. On the other hand, HDFC Bank, if you see properly, I'm expecting some sort of profit booking happening over here, just little bit, not that much that it can drag the entire market down, but just little bit profit booking can be expected in HDFC Bank. PSU banks all of a sudden are looking extremely interesting to me, but before I go into that, do not forget that this zone, this consolidation zone is still intact until and unless we do not close and sustain above this in monthly time frame. Nothing is going to happen. Nothing magical trend or nothing magical rallies will be visible in PSU banking, because multiple times the prices have gone up and we feel, okay, this time it will be surpassed. But once again, what happens? Prices come down. But somehow this time it looks that some sort of steam has developed, and there is a good chance if we close above this level somewhere over here, then we'll be able to see a very good rally in PSU banks. Overall, the daily chart also looks good. Talking of SPI, because this is the only stock which I'm looking as of now, overall trend is up. Some sort of consolidation is possible, but whenever you see a decent up move, a decent breakout, try to go long in this stock. Metals, I think I have been maintaining my bullish stance on this particular sector since long, but at the same time, I'm also maintaining my stance that it is extremely overstretched, it is extremely overbought, and I'm not interested to initiate any new positional trade. If you're holding any old ones, it's a different thing, but be very, very careful, because I assume only one strong stock has been able to sustain, that is Hindalco. In case if you're holding any positions in Hindalco and positional trades, be very careful about your trailing stop losses, because overall what I can see, the sector is just consolidating and it is going sideways. I can't see any strong up move or down move, because even this particular up move is like okay, but I'm not that much convinced. All right. Autopack. Now, Autopack, I think since last few weeks, I was bullish on this particular sector, and this sector has performed very well. In the monthly time frame, you can see it's trying to close above this trend line, but this close is not yet happened, because today is 8th of October. We'll only come to know at the end of this month. But in weekly chart, the breakout has happened. You can see this. It is a very good breakout, because this trend line is holding on since April of 2018. So this is a very big trend line. It is holding on since more than 2 years now, and this is a very good breakout. But I feel that we will need a close above this particular high, somewhere around 11,111 or something. On a weekly basis, if it occurs, we'll see a very big up move in the Autopack. Even in the daily chart, it looks extremely bullish. Now, obviously, the pick of the stocks last time, as I shared with all of you, was Tata Motors. And you can see from this day onwards, from 330 or something, it has gone up till 395. It was a very nice rally, 395, 397. But I think some sort of profit booking, some sort of consolidation should be expected in Tata Motors. Don't be shocked, because the rally is not going to continue forever. After such a big rally, some sort of consolidation or profit booking is very, very normal. All right. But overall, if you see the longer time frame charts, all of them are looking very good. finance. Now in the financial sector, you can see the last month, we just closed under this particular Fibonacci extension, and this is a small shooting star. And if we look at the weekly time frame, last week, we did see some big red candle. If we have a close below this particular low of this candle, some sort of profit booking should happen even more. Currently, you can see the index is at 18,724. But if we have a close below this candle low, then we will be able to see some sort of profit booking happening even a little bit more. Daily chart also, I think the trend is absolutely flat. There is no direction as of now. Consolidation, a little bit of profit booking can be expected. IT pack. IT pack, I think it is extremely overstretched in a strong uptrend. Am I interested in initiating new positional trades? Not at all. Now, if you look at the weekly time frame also, we can see this is a decent candle, but at the same point of time, this candle is huge, and then again we have a green candle. But overall, the state of trend I don't like in IT index. But recently, if you see in a daily chart, some decent rally has come up. So in case if you're initiating any trades in the IT index, be sure that you keep it as a swing trade, as a short-term trade. Do not expect anything more than that. If you're lucky enough, and if the stock keeps on rallying, sometimes what happens is irrational exuberance in the market, which is called a trend keeps extending itself again and again and again. When we see कि भाई कहीं ना कहीं price यहाँ पे रुक जाना चाहिए, or maybe यहाँ पे, or maybe at a higher level. But what happens in a bull run, many times prices keep rallying at a very, very high rate. So if that sort of factor comes in, and if you make a very good amount of profit in the IT stocks, then it is a different thing. But other than that, I am not interested. Please keep it strictly to swing trades only. And also be sure that you pick the right stock. Don't just jump into any IT stock and just buy it, because I'm seeing one thing in the market. Any sector you pick, any sector you want, even the auto pack, you will not see all the stocks performing. You will see only few stocks which are performing. And especially in a sector which is highly overstretched, you need to be very, very careful. Otherwise, even if market is green, your stop losses will get hit. So do not forget about that. Pharma, I think in an monthly time frame, yes, it is in an uptrend, but you can see small candles over here. So indecision is lurking in the monthly time frame. In the weekly time frame, the trend is up, but it's consolidating, complete sideways move you can see. And in the daily chart also, you saw a decent up move, and then again it has come down. Out of all these stocks, I just see one stock which is performing well, which is Sun Pharma. So if you have any sort of swing trades over here in this particular stock, fine, you can go ahead with that. Apart from that, I'm not interested. Cipla was holding, but I think last few days it has cracked also. It was holding decently, but then it cracked this time. We have a hammer over here, yes, no doubt about that, but it needs to be seen what price formation happens over here. All right. FMCG monthly time frame, you can clearly see some sort of profit booking is evident because of this shooting star. And the shooting star, not in the monthly time frame, but probably in the weekly time frame, it has come up at a resistance. Yes, here you go. So you can clearly see that this selling pressure has come due to this Fibonacci extension of 423.6%. And it can be expected that some more profit booking, some more consolidation is possible in FMCG pack before it starts going up. Realty pack is again one of the sectors which is looking extremely bullish. Apart from the auto pack, it's looking very, very strong. In the weekly time frame also, it looks pretty good enough. I think RSI is overbought, but it's okay. That is a over here, this is a sign of a strong uptrend because it's not still overextended. If it was overextended, and then if RSI is at 80 or 81, it's a different thing. And in the daily chart, I can see some sort of consolidation could be possible because we are at a Fibonacci extension and we can see RSI is coming down with lower highs and you can see higher highs in price. So some sort of consolidation, maybe some sort of profit booking is evident because you can see this rally has been vertical. It has been literally steep. So after that, some sort of consolidation, if it comes, even profit bookings, I don't think we should be surprised. All right. Mid caps. Now mid caps, I was thinking that somewhere over here, some sort of profit booking should occur, but this time it has not happened. What has happened? Price has closed above this Fibonacci extension. All right. And is it overstretched? Yes, the trend in mid cap index is certainly overstretched. If you are holding any stocks in mid caps, continue holding them, but be very, very sure that you trail your stop losses every now and then. Be very, very careful about that. All right. And this is not a time basically in the market right now to pick any stock, go for any breakouts and just deploy your entire portfolio. Be very, very choosy about your trades because you see, literally you saw that the momentum in Nifty is waning. The momentum is getting weaker and weaker over here. All right. Trend is up. I'm not saying the trend is sideways or it is down, but the trend is up, but the momentum is getting weaker. So chances of making money easily, which was over here in this trend, will not happen over here. So be very, very careful about that, right? And I hope this educational video did help you.